everybody! Welcome. It's Lidia Kozawa here, and today we're going to be getting into some VTuber Newsy news. But before we do, please make sure to smash subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell. And guys, you know they stream on Twitch. Head on over to Twitch, and if you're at work, leave me a lurk. Okay, guys, on to our very first piece of Newsy news. This is Kogane Nico, and Kogane Nico is a Japanese-speaking virtual YouTuber affiliated with Hololive Devs and a branch of Hololive Productions. So why are we talking about Kogane Nico? Well, guys, this is posted on the Kurosanji subreddit, posted by Big Monica, and it says here, Kogane Nico from Hololive Devs Flow Glow will be on indefinite hiatus due to adjustment disorder. So if you guys don't know what adjustment disorder is, it says here, adjustment disorder is a short-term stress-related condition occurring within 3 months of a significant life change. So for example, divorce, job loss, or illness. It involves emotional or behavioral symptoms like anxiety, sadness, or acting out that are excessive for the situation and impair daily function. Symptoms typically resolve within 6 months after the stressor ends. So this is a screenshot here of X from Hololive TV, and it says here, announcement. Thank you very much for always supporting Hololive production. We hereby inform you that Hololive Devs affiliated Flow Glow member Kogane Nico will be taking a temporary hiatus from activities. It has been reported that she has been diagnosed with adjustment disorder by a physician after previously adjusting her activities. In response, after consulting with her, we've determined that the best course of action is to take a hiatus from activities to focus on recovery. We will do our utmost to support her so that she can concentrate on recovery and kindly ask for your patience until her return to activities. For more details, please check the stream on Kogane Nico's channel. Additionally, we kindly request that you refrain from inquiring about the matter directly to Kogane Nico herself or other affiliated members. We sincerely appreciate your continued support and encouragement moving forward. Okay, so let's see what some of the people on Reddit are saying. I just read everything says, for those wondering, big factor for this was her cat suddenly passing. She tweeted it was sick and took her to the vet, and then a couple hours later it passed. They cut down her activities, but this was busy season for Holo Mems as it was holidays, New Year's concert recording, heading towards Fest. She only stayed active for that and collabs and then went on full hiatus now. So anyways, guys, it looks like Kogane Nico is taking a bit of a hiatus due to the adjustment disorder from the loss of her pet, which obviously is very, very traumatic. I myself also lost my cat last year, and it's still something that I am getting over with daily. There is no timeline on grief. Anyways, guys, if you are a fan of Kogane Nico, just make sure to send her some love and support during this time. And of course, please support her when she comes back from hiatus. Okay, guys, on to our next piece of Newsy news. This is Mythic Talent, and Mythic Talent is a full-service talent management company that specializes in assisting content creators across all facets of the industry. It was founded in January 2023, and this is Grimmi, and Grimmi is a female English-speaking independent VTuber and voice actress. She streams on Twitch, and she often plays horror games. So why are we talking about Mythic Talent and Grimmi? This is posted on the YouTuber drama subreddit, posted by Mahoza, saying, Mythic Talent alleged to have skimmed money off the top of a sponsor, shorting their talent. So it says here, this happened to the VTuber Grimmi. She's already nervous about this, but feels she needs to spread the word. I included screenshots and evidence she could show because there's evidence. It's technically an accusation, but she specifically is using the word allegation because she's trying to be careful about this. So Grimmi personally befriended a game publisher that had previously sponsored her before, and through speaking to them, discovered that there was a small discrepancy multiple times between what the negotiated amount was that she would be paid versus what she was actually paid for sponsorships. The negotiations are done between Mythic and the publisher. Talents don't see the documents and conversations. So then this was the first instance here, and then the OP explains. The outcome of negotiations was that she would be paid $2,100. However, the contract she received from Mythic and signed for was $2,000 with a 5% difference. The publisher gave her proof that they paid $2,100 to Mythic, bottom bit, and then Mythic sent her the $2,000 she was expecting from the contract. When she alerted Mythic after finding out from the publisher, they told her that it was a typo from the publisher's end, and then she would be given the additional $100, the top bit. And then this is the second instance here, and then this is a screenshot of the second instance. And it says here, the outcome was $4,400, but she was told it was $4,000 with a 10% difference. The excuse Mythic gave was that it was an additional fee because of an outside marketing agency. However, it was the exact same people negotiating both times through the same emails, which makes it very unlikely. There's also an odd mix-up with the length, and the publisher said 2 hours, but Grimmi was told 4. The key things here are that 1, Mythic refuses to show her the negotiation documents between Mythic and the publisher after she requested them, only the contract that she signed, and 2, she has many more examples of this behavior, and I believe from multiple publishers, but this was the only publisher that gave her permission to show evidence on stream and publicize. These are not the only incidences. She's keeping those other ones private in case this is taken to court, and if this has been done to more streamers and larger streamers, it likely will be. She also made it clear that this isn't an expected fee that Mythic was supposed to take, and the fact that she was given different excuses for each instance confirms that it's not a normal fee. Note that this is similar to what the agency VShojo did to their talents, skimming sponsor sponsor money by sending less to the talent than was actually negotiated. Grimmi is telling all talent with Mythic to request documentation of negotiations for companies that they were sponsored by. The contracts they signed won't show the real amount Mythic was paid by the sponsor to go to the talent, only the amount that the talent was to be paid by Mythic. And so they need to be shown the correspondence between the companies to check if the amount is correct. She obviously left Mythic, and quite a few other talents have been leaving recently without giving any public reason as to why. Let's see what some of the people on Reddit are saying. Next Nefarious says, I wonder what is the Asmongold and Tecto's take on this one. They love to call out trash VTuber agencies and corpos, right? LOL. Okay, Claw Bacon says, I'm not an avid watcher of her, but I noticed Filian, who's a pretty big VTuber, was part of Mythic, left it. She may have said a particular reason on stream, but I wouldn't know. I also know that VTuber drama guy Mujin works under Mythic. It definitely can reach a lot more people if he made a video of it. Also, cough, Mythic Talent is partly owned by Asmongold. Brilliant Coyote says, goddamn, Grimmi has been through so much already. Can't she just work with a single person / company without them taking advantage of her? Anyway, so let's continue. This person, Sheaf GG, they are a partnered Twitch and YouTube content creator. So Sheaf says, I had a similar experience with Mythic, straight lied to about what the sponsor was offering, and it took me talking to the sponsor themselves to find out. Not surprised to see this. So this is Mythic Talent, and they posted on their X account on March 8th, 2026 at around 3:15 a.m. So they posted a response, and it says here, Mythic is aware of public statements made by a former talent Grimmi regarding payment discrepancies. We take her allegations seriously and have conducted a thorough review of our records. The claims that Mythic, quote, skimmed funds from 2 campaigns are factually incorrect. Our records indicate that Grimmi was paid in full for both cited activations per contract terms and according to the terms of her talent agreement, which include an agreed upon management fee. The campaigns were valued at $2,100 and $4,400 respectively. In the first campaign, Grimmi was sent the full value of $2,100 activation, less our agreed upon management fee, less any potential banking / transaction fees on her end. In the second campaign, Grimmi received a full payment of $4,400 for the campaign, less our management fee and any banking fees. Both of these payments were made within days of receiving payment from the brand. Had Mythic, quote, skimmed the $100 and $400 amounts alleged by Grimmi, her payouts would have been significantly lower. Our payment platform logs every transaction, and these figures are available for independent verification via her bank statements and our portal. If any payment inconsistencies have taken place or our figures above are incorrect, we encourage Grimmi to provide these inconsistencies so that we may remedy them. While we attempted to reach Grimmi to clarify her grievances, she chose to make these claims public before a dialogue could occur. We have sent Grimmi the banking logs, contracts, invoices, and payment record receipts for these campaigns, and we remain open to reviewing any documentation Grimmi may have that contradicts them. We understand that miscommunications can and do happen, and that we are certainly not immune to them. Mythic remains committed to transparency and the success of our creators, and we will continue to foster an environment built on mutual respect and professional integrity. So then this is One Peg, and One Peg says, I was one of the very first people signed to Mythic before they announced that they were an agency. Even I have been with them since before their announced beginning. For those that don't know, I was a financial planner for over a decade. I am a numbers guy. At no point has Mythic ever shorted me ever. In many cases, they had secured contracts for significantly more than the going market rate on my behalf, and they have gone out of their way to go above and beyond for me in certain situations that I don't believe any other agency would have. It's never been less than extremely professional, and I'm never questioned whether I got paid my own contract value in full. I can't speak for anyone else, only myself. They've only done right by me for well over 150K worth of sponsorships over the last 4+ years. And then this is Tahana, and Tahana says, I've worked with Mythic Talent on many sponsorship deals over the years, totaling well over $200,000 in opportunities. In all that time, I've never once been paid less than what was agreed upon. The payment structure was always clearly communicated, and every payout matched the terms of the deal. Even for non-paid collaborations like product review opportunities, they made sure the products were properly delivered and handled everything without asking for any extra charge. Personally, I find it hard to believe that a company would risk its reputation and long-term relationships over a few $100s. Just sharing my experience with working with them. And then this is Chacha, and Chacha says, Mythic isn't a VTuber agency. They are a company that provides sponsorships to their talent roster. They also provide legal support if someone else tries to infringe upon your IP. Mythic has helped me twice in that regard for making sure my IP was protected. I have nothing but good things to say about Mythic, honestly. Okay, so this is Grimmi's response in regards to Mythic Talent statement. So this is posted on Grimmi's X account on March 8th, 2026. So Grimmi says, hey, this is the third explanation they've given about these issues. I don't have anything against them, but so far they've claimed for the same publisher, negotiated with the same methods, it was a typo, and there were agency fees. And now they're changing the story again, saying I was paid in full for the amount they never showed me, but there's various banking fees. So which is it? I believe at this point they're trying to get a statement out first so that they don't have to confront the other information they gave me or how I talked about the situation. So here's mine. I don't want any money. I don't want any attention, and I would prefer to go back to streaming normally. So I'm on break, hoping for things to calm down and waiting for attention to dissipate, not trying to capitalize off it like some people have claimed. My intention with saying this is letting other streamers at Mythic Talent know that they should request their full negotiation records for sponsorships. That being said, everyone I talked to at Mythic Agency is very pleasant. I liked everyone I worked with. I don't wish any of them ill. Please don't harsh on them. Everyone there is a person with a life, and this is stressful to go through for them too. I do not know who is involved in this, but please don't paint me as stupid or attack me after you've continued to give me different explanations. Please do not act like I did not understand my contract. You're taking an additional random amount off the top before presenting it to the streamer and taking the agreed 20%. Why are there 3 explanations for this now? If you don't believe me, that's fine, but it also looks like this isn't an isolated incident when people talk directly to sponsors involved with Mythic. So then this links back to the tweet about Sheaf, and says here, I don't know who's responsible for this, but I hope it gets resolved for everyone. Nothing against anyone here. Hope they are all well. So then Grimmi says, I'm going back offline, but I felt it was important to respond to this, wishing everyone well. So then let's see what some people in X are saying. Deer in the Speedlight says, Grimmi calls them out. They lose their biggest guy. The Grimmi Reaper strikes again. So you're like, hey, what does this mean? This is Asmongold. Asmongold is an American YouTuber, content creator, online streamer, and political commentator. His content was primarily focused on the World of Warcraft, but he now covers political as well as video games and topics related to gaming culture. In tangentially related news to Mythic, it looks like Asmongold has left. So this is posted on Mythic Talent's X account. This is posted on March 7th, 2026 at around 6:08 p.m. And Mythic says, we have spoken with Asmongold and mutually agreed to part ways. Mythic represents creators from a wide range of backgrounds and perspectives, and we are committed to fostering an environment grounded in respect and responsibility. We remain focused on supporting our creators and continuing our mission to help them build sustainable long-term careers. Okay, so this is just kind of like a recap of what happened on Asmon's end. This is posted by Recaps saying, Asmongold addresses why he left Mythic Talent. Asmon would explain why he is done with collaboration streams with Twitch streamers and tired of having to defend streamers who are in trouble. I haven't been involved with Mythic for a long time. I haven't really wanted to be involved with anybody regarding streaming. How many people around me got banned, canceled, or exposed? I'm still dealing with this fallout today. I don't want to make friends with people who are in the public eye with a ton of drama. I don't want to be involved with anyone going to any parties/events that relates to the streaming culture. Anyways, guys, what do you think about Grimmi calling out Mythic Talent for skimming allegations? Do you think that maybe Mythic Talent is innocent? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, guys, on to our next piece of Newsy news. This is Otsuka, and Otsuka is a female Japanese independent virtual YouTuber who primarily streams on YouTube. She mainly does singing, karaoke, and sometimes gaming and chatting. And Otsuka, she does stream with her child, who is a 3-year-old. So you can see that both of them here are together. So why are we talking about Otsuka? Well, guys, this is posted by Arya, and Arya is a college cat girl commentator. And Arya posted, controversial video has been discovered through Otsuka's rising popularity. She has her real 3-year-old daughter singing Lolly God Requiem with Japanese comments calling her the real authentic Lolly. While liking those comments, it raises concerns over child exploitation. So you can see here, this is a screenshot here. So you can see here, Otsuka, it says real 3-year-old sings Lolly God Requiem. This is a pin post by Otsuka as of 9 months ago saying, in Japan, the song is generally known as humorous meme song. My daughter liked the song and she danced and sang along to it. The short has been warmly received by many and is part of our precious memories. And then this is a super chat saying, the true Lolita's God Requiem is amazing. And then this is hearted by Otsuka. And then this person says, the authentic Lolly has appeared. And this is hearted by Otsuka as well. This person says, a true requiem for lollies. And then this has been hearted by Otsuka. And then this person says she is a young girl. So most of these comments you can see are from like 9 months ago, from a year ago. So it looks like no one was really having an issue with it until as of late. So then Arya continues to say, I'm glad I was able to spread awareness on the topic. Feel free to follow me as I pursue a career in journalism and commentary. I want to protect this space from bigots as well. Ooh, Christ. Inherently, Hollywood has shown us that having youth within the entertainment industry can pose negative effects, such as them being taken advantage of either financially, emotionally, or physically. But Otsuka is beloved within the VTuber community, much like Iron Mouse, and I wouldn't necessarily assume the worst case scenario here, but specifically in regards with Arya, I'm not sure if their comments are well intended or if they are just digging for drama here, as the stuff they are taking issue with is over a year old. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Okay, guys, on to our next piece of news. This is Finana, and Finana is a female English-speaking virtual YouTuber affiliated with Nijisanji EN's First Wave Lazulite. You'll remember Finana as being the person who backstabbed Sayu during Sayu's time at Niji. So why are we talking about about Finana? Well, guys, this is posted on the VTuber drama subreddit. This is posted by Cosmic Robot saying, any thoughts on this? Essentially, Finana's major concern is that people are not clipping the Nijisanji girls enough. So this is posted on Finana's YouTube channel, and this is from the stream that says GTA 5, District 5 role-playing, aquarium date with Derek. So let's take a listen here.
Characters need some more fan art in the spotlight, guys. We need to see more of these characters in the District V hashtag. I'm sorry, guys. I'm taking this out of sub account. Can we get more clips of women in the District V hashtag, guys? Can we get some more girls? Some more posts about the girls in general? Because low-key, I'm gonna go in District V right now. Let me tell you guys. District V. Pulling it up right now. See, look. All men. I'm scrolling down. All men. 90% of it, men. It's all from the same people. It's all men. Please, guys, can I see anyone that isn't the same 5 men in this hashtag, man? No offense or anything.
So Finana is complaining that people are not making enough clips of the female talents over at Nijisanji, and it's mostly the males. So let's take a look at what some of the people on Reddit are saying. Mr. Loco says, nothing new. Girls in Nijisanji are the exact same as in Holostars. A good chunk of the community just pretends they don't exist. If the guys are there, most of the popular clippers will use the guy's POV no matter what. Sometimes you even get clips of a guy listening in on the girl speaking in the background, and even if he doesn't participate in the conversation at all, clippers will still use their POV for some reason. Lord Lilac says, you'd think she'd know better by now. The Tallent incident hurt the algorithm presence of Nijisanji very badly for a while. Non-VTuber fans' first exposure to the Niji name was back on the Black Stream incident and its aftermath. All of these things are very demotivating things for a fan to go through, and there's very little doubt from the community got torn apart after the bullying speculation eventually settled on the heads of the girls from the earlier generations, Alira, Enna, and Millie. The general mood of everyone around the time of Tallent's termination was much lower compared to the usual, and a lot of the VTubers from Niji put restrictions on their chat to prevent strangers and non-Niji fans from flooding their chats with mean messages. Low energy and scared VTubers with highly restricted chats working in a corpo with a poisoned reputation. A perfect recipe for viewership loss. All of these things working in tandem drove away a lot of people. Clippers stopped clipping, and the remaining clippers had a hard time making clips because of the fear that their clips would be brigaded in the comments by outsiders running with narratives that their Oshi is a bully. Less people stopped watching clips, so it became less lucrative on top of that. A few prominent clippers were Pomu and Tallent's clippers, which didn't help Niji community any. The remaining girls need new clippers, and if they want to find any semblance of their old popularity, but it won't be easy to achieve without making content that is naturally engaging to watch even for someone outside of your community. It isn't enough just to clip another "she said this and broke chat" moment. There needs to be something more interesting and compelling to watch. But a good chunk of the girls, along with their guy friends like Yuki, Shu, etc., have a habit of rotating the same games that's uninteresting from a viewership perspective, whether it's doing Final Fantasy XIV raids, queuing into League of Legends for God knows how many times, or just another round of Valorant. All Finna needs to do is scroll down her live tab or the live tabs of her colleagues and look at the content she has produced to understand why people aren't clipping to her satisfaction. And then Spelky says, I mean, Niji already has a draconian clipping rules, not to mention the male superiority compared to how weak the girls are in the fan base. Anyways, guys, what do you think of Finana complaining that people are not clipping the female Niji talent enough? Do you think that it's warranted, or do you think that exploding on your fan base is actually not a good thing? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, guys, and that's it. That's the end of the VTuber Newsy News. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you see, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And guys, if you can't catch me on Twitch, that is no problem. I do have a YouTube channel called LidiaVtuber VODs that backs up all of my gameplay, and I probably play through some of your favorites, and I'm currently playing through Resident Evil 2. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi everybody, welcome. It's me, Amanda Nekuzawa, and today we're going to be talking about Philosocrates. So this is Philosocrates, and Philosocrates is a play by Sophocles and Epictetus and Epictetus, and they also wrote Philosocrates, but theirs actually didn't survive. So why are we talking about Philosocrates? Well, guys, it looks like Lidia Nekuzawa has been banned from Twitch for a one-day ban for showing the Trojan War 500 BC accidental pin. But it looks like the guy is actually bandaging up a leg, which would make sense why we're not supposed to, have pants on, because the wound wouldn't be accessible at the time. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, send me bits and subs. Have a great day.